Oh, well, thanks for watching the video. I'm glad you're here. This is the my Spec Forge project. It is a culmination of all my projects that I've been working on that are related to AI development and specifically Claude code, from my hooks manager to context forge to my Claude Agents Manager. This brings all that together under one umbrella and host locally as a Docker service, and basically gives you a good way to control the entire workflow of creating a application through a web interface, from the specing of the application to the product requirements document down to taking those into, I'm still calling it a PRD, but a tight PRD, something that's more like you could call it a PRP, but it's not quite. And then we could take those and turn them into atomic tasks. And those atomic tasks are basically sent to the agents through an MCP server. Again, all this is localized, and it's pretty cool. So what you're seeing here is just the env. We're grabbing this. We downloaded it from the GitHub, and what you're going to need to do though, for sure, is you're going to need to put your GitHub personal token. You can get that over here. You just go over to GitHub, click on your username, go down to settings, and then scroll down to the bottom on the left and go to developer settings. And once you're there, you can see personal access tokens, and go ahead and create one here. And once you create one, that's what you'll use in that environment variable. Inside of the .env, you'll also notice there's other environment variables that you can set, like if you want to use Supabase as your vector database from memory. You could use Chroma DB to start with. It's localized, it's cheap, it's a good way to start. And then once you've downloaded it, you're going to go into that directory and you're going to do a Docker Composer up. And then you're going to do a Docker PS switch so that you can see what's running. There you go. We can also switch over to our Docker home and you can see all the containers that are inside this app. Now, what you're seeing is like this is still development. So there's a pretty heavy vector database in there that we don't have to have. But I'm just still experimenting with how this could work. So here's the projects page, and you can kind of see I've got some projects. This is just project overviews or just cards. And this is how you create a new project. So we're going to create one called Book Peak. It's like a book application. We're just doing this for fun. So I went ahead and created the GitHub repo, and we want to grab that URL, and we're going to put that in with the project so it knows what the Git repo is. From here, we're at the dashboard of the project, and you can see there's no PRDs yet. So we're going to go ahead and generate our first PRD. We're going to analyze. Obviously, there's nothing in the GitHub repo, so it's going to know that this is a greenfield type PRD instead of a brownfield. It's not an ongoing or addition to a project. So there's a step missing here where you can just freeform what you want to say. I've got it, I just don't have it embedded there. And it will take your freeform project and turn it into this Greenfield PRD right there. Now that PRD is very specific for how we're going to deal with tasks for the agents. So with it there, with it done, all you have to do is, now you can read this over. This is just the human version of it. It's pretty. And you can see all the milestones. But anyway, you can click on generate tasks. And just like that, it's going to generate tasks for you. They're, of course, all going to be in the to do. They won't be ready yet. And you can see they have specific subagents assigned to them as the coder. So this process of working with the subagents is you have a coder, you have a tester, and you have a reviewer. And there's really four steps, but this will get sent originally to a coder that's been specified for this task, right? And it could be anything. It could be a front end engineer, a back end engineer, a API developer. If it's ShadCN specific, it might be a ShadCN front end developer. So the next thing we want to do is download the Claude documents specifically for this project. And what this is going to give us is it's going to give us all the JSON files, the Claude.md file, all of our agents will be put into the project. So we've downloaded it here. Let's get over there to the correct project. There we go, BookBeak. We got to initiate this. So you have to do a git init on the project before you run any of my setup scripts. We're not going to run the setup script here. We're just going to unpack the files so that we've got everything we need. But there you can see the repo is ready. This is all prep. There's a lot of prep before I start coding. Okay, so here we've downloaded it, and it's not. Oh, we haven't downloaded it yet. Sorry. This is definitely narrative. I'm just going to download directly to the root of the project that we're working in. There you go. Now I'm just going to unpack it. And now you can see all the subagents that are here, all the Claude files, the Claude config, everything that we need. There's the commands. So we got our slash commands. I'm still working on those. There'll be a lot more. But for now, that's what we've got. Here you would run the setup file. And what the setup file is supposed to do is copy stuff over and merge if you already have an existing file structure going on. If you already had Claude in there, it would make sure that it wasn't overriding. But this is pretty much alpha beta, so I'm still working on that. Just cleaning up a little bit. All right. And so here on the subagent tab, you can kind of see what the subagents are. I'm going to switch over to the Cloud Code integration. You can also generate the packages from there, but I'm just grabbing the URL for the MCP server. You're going to have to, depending on where you installed Spec Forge, you're going to have to change the path. So I'm going to go back into our project folder, and I'm going to update this path here real quick. All right. That looks good. Let's go ahead and list this out. Make sure that our MCP server did get added and is connected. There we go. Looks good. All right, now we're just going to launch Claude and let's see if it sees our MCP server and what tools it has. There's our CF commands. That's good. So I'm running the status, and it's going to use the GitHub and what GitHub that we're initialized. It's going to look that up in the database. It's going to validate it and go, okay, yeah, this is project 17. Book peak, that is correct. So we are in the right project. And now it's going to pull in all the tasks that might be available. And there they are. So there's our task 1 through 8, and it's basically telling us what our next steps are, right? If you want to start the chain, execute task chain by CF chain, and then the task. Or you could just say in human English, okay, let's just begin. And that's it. It will know. It is AI. So here it's going to basically kind of check out this first task. And what it's going to do is it's got a directive to set up a sandbox. It's going to download, and this is all happening outside the project directory, one level up. It's going to create that sandbox directory for that feature, or that task. It's a single task, but it's going to do a few things. It's going to be very strict on what it does. And we'll just kind of let this run. I'm going to let you just kind of watch it. I have sped up that portion of it. So we're going back into our project just to show you we have one doing, right? So if you go to tasks, you'll see that that task is now doing. In this demo, I did not run this YOLO, so I still have to kind of give it some yes and no's. So you can see right there where it says next. So we're prompt chaining subagents, right? So the next subagent that will kick in will be the tester. And it's running the acceptance tests. That's very scripted for the AI. Let's go see. That's the run. Every time a instance is created, this is called a run. And while it's running, you can kind of get updates. I'm still got to flush this out, so forgive me. So while that's doing, it's going to keep doing all their stuff. Once it uploads and gets done, right, and once it get past the tester, if the tester fails, it's going to send it back to the coder. The coder will have a new prompt to work on stuff, and it'll go back to the tester. The tester will test, see if it passes. There we got some acceptance. There we go. That's not. Yep. Okay, here it is making a mistake. Love it. It's hard coding in the styles. It's supposed to be theme aware, and it just broke the rules. And so I just said, bad boy, and it's fixing it. All right, this is a Railway. So the way I'm going to deploy this is I'm going to deploy on Railway with GitHub. So I'm going to link this to my GitHub account. Railway is awesome and it is cheap. And if you haven't used it, talk to me because I can teach you, and I would love to make a video to show you how to do it. So I'm just authenticating my GitHub into this hobby plan. This hobby plan is $5 a month. I usually run the pro plans at $20 a month, and I've got like 10 of them. Um, so let's go ahead and create our project. This is our workspace is sim demo, and let's see. There it is. So I'm going to link it to that GitHub repo. And the way Railway works is anytime there is a repo added to it, it's going to download that and try to build that repo. Well, right now, it can't build anything. It doesn't have an application to really build on. We're just linking it. So this is still coding. I imagine after we get through with task 2, we'll probably be able to run it um, inside a Railway. And one of the things in Railway is it can build using Nixpack. That requires some scripting, or Railways come up with something called Railpack. You can look at it at railpack.io. And so what you do is you just upload it. You don't create any configs, and it will auto recognize what's there and build it. So what you're seeing here is it got done. It created a pull request. I'm running CodeRabbit on all my repos. Anytime I commit, it's going to do some final tests and checks, and give me any kind of update and feedback on what was committed, what it. If you haven't seen CodeRabbit, you're just gonna have to go look it up. It's amazing, and it's well worth it. All right. Here I fast forwarded a little bit on you. We've got two done. I'm going to open up the project just to kind of give you um, a rundown. There they are. They're marked as done because the pull requests were merged. Um, this is just me going over the task again so you can kind of see it. And then that's not how it gets sent. Obviously, it gets sent in atomic format. And here's our pull requests. You can see we have two, and two have been merged. So from here, it links back to the pull request. There's the feat. It's already been merged. You can see these are all the comments that come in from the AI when they merged it, and then CodeRabbit has all of its comments and updates. It's pretty cool. So you can see the codes there now. This looks good. It's probably good enough. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna do cleanup and remove those. But there's the forks that they created, or the branches they created. So you can see here it's now active. If we view the logs, you can see the server did run. It's did it based off of the second commit. And if we go to the settings of this, you can see I generated a quick URL for it. It's on the main branch, and there's the URL. Click it, and there's our website. Woohoo!